Hi, all of you. A very good evening. I thought I'll make a very quick video regarding this particular topic called the last 3 days before the exam. Now, I'm getting a lot of questions. How should I be revising now? What should be my plan? Like how should I be revising from now onwards? I thought I'll make a quick video for you. So yes, it's very important for you to realize this. Okay, I tell my students of Dental Amaze Academy, you are not preparing for a NEET MDS exam. Okay, you are actually preparing for the last 3 days before the exam, because if you do this last 3 days well and good, okay, if you can perform well and good in the last 3 days and you can cover all your portions, trust me, it's possible. But now people will say all portions in 3 days. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to talk about. Okay, so if you can cover your entire portions of whatever you have studied, the major core areas, okay, in the last 3 days before your exam, your job is done. Your job is 90% done. It's all about maintaining that confidence in the examination hall, going for the exam with confidence and courage, attempting the exam, knowing how to attempt the exam. Definitely I've made a video on that. But yes, 90% is done 3 days prior to the exam, or I would say before the day of exam. On the day of exam, it's just about that 10% of maintaining your composure and courage. That's it. Go and face the exam. Okay, you can't do anything beyond that except facing the exam on the day of exam. Okay, now what I'm going to discuss majorly in this particular session is going to be some questions asked by students and connected with this particular topic of the last 3 days before the exam. So the thing is, how should I be revising now? So it should be purely this focus, okay, with this particular focus in mind, the last 3 days. Okay, now should I learn anything new now? This is a question asked by one of the student. Should I learn anything new now? I'll come to that. Now, should I be solving previous year's questions? Okay, definitely I'll tell you how to, you should do it definitely, but how to do it. Now, what should I be majorly focusing on now? Okay, maybe some students might be having this question. Very crucial questions. What if I am starting now or I've just started? Okay, 2 months are left. I've just started. What should I be doing now? Many students will call coaching centers and ask that I need a crash course for 2 months, and yes, definitely the coaching centers will come and tell that, okay, come, we'll give you. But then the student will realize the trap that, yeah, 20 subjects can't be done in 2 months. But what can you do? That's definitely, it's not that you should not write the exam if you have 2 months in front of you. In fact, you should write, but what should be your focus on? So listen this particular lecture till the end. Should you join a coaching center or should you do something else right now? Okay. Now basically, the student asking me, how should I be revising now? So basically the key is you should gain speed. Okay, you should gain speed in a way that you are able to cover all your portions, whatever you have learned in this entire year, in the last 3 days before the exam. If you can do that, because many students, what they do, the mistake, they keep on revising again and again, but they have never gained the speed. Then finally what happens is that you get that feeling in the last 3 days that I have not done anything. I forgot. Now this is very typical response. I forgot everything what I've learned. So for you to remember things out, definitely it's not, you can't perfect it and go for the exam, but yes, for you to remember the majority of portions and gain that confidence, you should be running through. So basically it's all just seeing through. You don't even get the time to read, okay, in the last 3 days, because 20 subjects in 3 days is approximately 6 to 7 subjects in a day, isn't it? So means you're just reviewing it, just turning around the pages and see what you have learned. Okay, then what happens is that whenever you find a question, you will be able to connect it with this particular thing. So basically it's all about gaining the speed. Now, what we do in the academy is that we have been doing this now currently 40 days challenge, where we have been finishing the entire portions in the first round in 40 days. Okay, then what we do is then we do it again in 28 days, then in 14 days, then in 7 days, then finally the last round, which is in 3 days. Now definitely it doesn't happen overnight. You will have to, you have to plan, you have to have an absolute plan for that. Okay, based on when did you start your preparation. definitely. So based on that, how much you're going to cover, what you're going to cover. If you have started 1 year back, definitely you have much more area to, or definitely you have to cover it in a much more elaborate way. If you have started 3 months back and it's a different style, 6 months back it's a different way, like that. Okay, if it's 2 months back, not now, it's a different way. So it's all about, you know, the methodology of coverage, but it's all about covering it in 40 days, 28 days, 14, 7. So 40 is now what you have in front of you. You have 2 months. So you should be doing it the next 28 days. Make a challenge. In the next 28 days, whatever you have learned so far, you will be doing it again. Then next 14 days, then 7 days, then finally in the last 3 days. So whenever you're watching the lecture, plan it accordingly. You should have these three, 14, 7 and 3. So accordingly plan this 28. Okay, so you might not be having the 28 days, you might be having 25 days or 20 days to cover it, but yes, you have to cover it. Okay. Now, yes, you will ask me this question. I just started now. Will I be able to do them all in 28 days? Now that's for you. Let's hear. Okay, so please wait. Now, should I learn anything new now? I'll say that there is something called as 80-20 rule for this also. Okay, that's a different rule, 80-20 rule, Pareto's principle, which is another way of explaining things. Now, this is, should I learn anything new now? 80% should be whatever you have learned previously. It's a kind of revision. Okay, only 20% new. If you have not done a particular subject, if you have not done general medicine, if you have done or not done community dentistry, that's a different thing. You have to do it. But now, if you have covered all the portions and you have what you have is revision, 80% time should be consumed for revision. Revision, not only revision, solving questions, attempting test papers, all those. If you want to learn anything new, for example, detailed explanations in Neeraj Wadhwan, detailed explanation in Dental Pulse, or your synopsis of Dental Pulse, anything new, if you have not done previously, 20% of your time. Okay, use for that. Now, I'm not going into too much detail. As I've told you, I'll be doing a quick lecture on this. Should I be solving previous questions? In fact, you should utilize 20% of your time from this 80% to do the previous year question paper. See, Dental Pulse is enough. At this stage, you don't need to do Neeraj Wadhwan. Okay, you don't need to do it. It's too elaborative, too detailed. Now, if you did it 1 year back, okay, or if you were starting 1 year back, I would say, okay, fine. But at this stage, your Dental Pulse, whatever is behind in your Dental Pulse, it's fine. Now, if you have an older edition of Dental Pulse, then, and you have Neeraj Wadhwan, definitely do the Neeraj Wadhwan and do it quickly. You don't need to read each and every explanation of it. Okay. Now, what should I be majorly focusing on now? That's one very important question. See, that is what? Revise whatever you have learned. That's the key. The most important thing which you have to do now is revise what you have learned so far. Okay, anything more than that, it's just going to consume your time, decrease your confidence, make you feel that, okay, that uncomfortable feeling that too much is there, is it possible? Lots of questions start coming. But the moment you start revising, if you have done, so all this applies, if you have done your Dental Pulse at least once, for at least 80% of your subjects. Okay, if you have not done that, I'll tell you what to do. But then if you have done your Dental Pulse once, keep revising them. Okay, now if you feel that you don't have enough time to revise them, at least do your AAPG, AIMS, PGI questions. Trust me, I know people who have cracked NEET by doing that. Okay, my students know it better. I've even given examples to them. Dental Amigos Academy. So I just don't want to make it in a public platform, but yes, AAPG, AIMS, PGI questions. Just do that. And you don't need to go into full explanation and all. Basic, very basic level information. That's it. Now, what if I'm starting now or I've just started? Now, for you, my advice is try finishing Dental Pulse once. Again, focusing on AIMS, AAPG, PGI questions. Try quickly. Okay. The most important thing for all of you, not just those who are starting now, trust in yourself. Because unless and until you don't trust in yourself, the problem is that you always be doubtful. Will I remember? Will I be able to answer? See, you don't have time for all those doubts. Trust in yourself, go ahead. Finish your Dental Pulse at least once in a round. Now, best thing you can do is 80% should be for this, finishing a Dental Pulse. 20% you can take for revision. Okay, for example, morning you're starting something, learn whatever you have learned in the previous day. Okay, learn in the sense, I'm sorry, not the term learn is wrong. Revise whatever you have learned in the previous day so that you have a touch with that. And always I tell, one mock exam a week. So on the day of mock exam, what you're going to do? Sit there for the entire week, what you have done, do it quickly. Now for you to finish the entire Dental Pulse in 2 months, you have to go at a good pace. But now, don't imagine that I'll sit and learn Dental Pulse. It's all about coming back and doing it for remembering. Okay, you can't, the biggest mistake people make is sit for hours and do a topic. Instead, the best way to do is run through. If you have 35 questions in a chapter, question 1, read, answer, explanation. 2, answer, explanation. 35 questions. Come back. Maybe for 35 questions, you might have taken 1 hour. Okay, maybe you have not understood lots of things. It's okay. But within 1 hour, you did a chapter. Come back again. Okay, next 30 minutes, do it again. Go for the next chapter. You will never feel comfortable. Don't worry. Go to the next chapter. So achieve your target for that particular day. So you should be having a target in mind. I'm going to finish this much today. Achieve your target as fast as possible. Okay, write down the key points. Key points in the sense, it should be some few words when you're learning. The second round when you're doing, right? Just write that keywords. Once you have achieved your target, look through that keywords, and this keywords, how much days you have? 60 days. Just look through these keywords on the end of the day. Okay, this is my advice to even for Dental Amaze Academy students. Always good to write that keywords and review that at the end of the day so that you don't miss anything. Okay, now for you have done majority of the portions. It's all done. Okay, for batch 1, batch 2, it's entire portions are done. So I would say, for you people, it's purely revision. For others, definitely. That means, I mean to say that you have notes with you. The entire notes is there with you. For others, for crash course students and all, yeah, it's a little challenging, but still it's definitely possible. Okay, so review it. At the end of the day, review it. Okay, next day morning, again take this one small sheet of paper, take it, what did you study yesterday? Keep it there. At the end of the week, you have 6 papers. So it should be, whatever you have learned in the entire day, it should be in 1 paper. And it should be just words, not sentences. Trust me, this can create magic. Now, why am I saying, if you ask me I finished Dental Pulse once, will I get a seat? Now, see, if it was so easy, okay, if you would have done everything and in 2 months you would have got a seat, then, there was no reason for people working for or putting their efforts for the entire year. And so there was no meaning for that. But now what is the purpose? The purpose is for realizations. You realize, trust me, those who are just now started their preparation, I'm sure you people are not looking for a government college seat in 2 months. As I've told you, if it was so easy, then what is the meaning in those people who have taken the entire year, 14, 15 months for learning? So it's all about you realizing, okay, this is the fact. Okay, this is what it is. This is what it takes for entrance preparation. So then the biggest realization which will come is, you go and sit in the examination hall, what happens? Those who have done Dental Pulse once, yes, definitely you'll improve. Your ranks, everything will be very good. But then the biggest realization which is going to come is what, out of 240 questions, I have at least seen 200 questions. If I would have done Dental Pulse in a better way, in the sense I've understood the concepts in Dental Pulse, because it's not going to be definitely 200 repeats of Dental Pulse, please trust me, it's not going to be like that. But yes, you would have seen it somewhere. So if you would have mastered the concepts which based on the questions on the Dental Pulse, okay, you would have got a much better examination, and definitely it's high probability and possibility that you would have cracked the exam. So this realization will come. I've seen all the questions somewhere. If I would have done my Dental Pulse in a better way, I've learned the concepts, okay, I've done exams, I've increased my speed, definitely that will also come. If I would have increased my speed by doing more and more test papers, I would have been in a much better position. Also, you will see that you will get a score, you will get a rank which will boost your confidence. Trust me. So your purpose is just going to be finish your Dental Pulse once. Please note, you're going to do it as quick as possible. Come back, do it again, take down the key points, do it again at the end of the day, and keep that with you for your last and final revision. Trust me, this is going to create wonders for you. Okay, so thank you so much. Have a great day and take care.